The story begins several hundred years ago when the Roman Empire ruled over a quarter of the world's population. For the past 12 years, they had been fighting against Germania, and the war was now in its final stages. They had to conquer just one more area, after which the entire empire would be in their hands. Soon, we see a battlefield where the Roman army and the gypsies of Germania were standing face to face. The Roman commander was Maximus, a brave warrior for whom the Romans were ready to give their lives. When the battle started, arrows started raining from both sides. The ground turned red with blood. But in the end, Rome won. After this victory, the king called Maximus to his tent. Maximus respected the king a lot, but he saw that despite the victory, there was no happiness on the king's face. In his 20-year reign, the king spent 16 years fighting wars. Now he was completely tired. He had only one dream, that there should be peace and security in Rome. He decided that now he wanted to hand over his donkey to someone else. He wanted to spend the last days of his life comfortably, and now he had his eyes only on Maximus as his successor. But Maximus did not want to become a king. His heart was longing to go home. He had not seen his family for the last 2 years and 264 days. At that time, there were no phones, so he made a video call. The king told him directly that he wanted Maximus to become his heir, but Maximus refused directly. Now, it was not that the king did not have children. He had a son, Commodus, and a daughter, Lucilla, but the king knew that Commodus was not worthy of this responsibility. There was a regret in the king's eyes. He wished that Maximus was his own son. On this, Maximus said that I need some time to think. The king gave him time till the next evening. As soon as he came out of the tent, Maximus went to his tent and he told the servant that it is possible that I may never be able to go back home. Perhaps he said this because he had taken a decision deep inside. He wanted to sit on the donkey of Rome and ride it very well. Meanwhile, in the darkness of the night, the king's son Commodus came to him. When the king told him that he was going to give the donkey to Maximus, Commodus' face first filled with anger, but then there was an ocean of tears in his eyes. He reminded his father, "Remember, in childhood, you told me that a good king should have qualities like kindness, justice, tolerance, and discipline. I know I do not have any of these qualities. But there is one thing that I have in abundance, and that is the desire to become great." And now becoming the most powerful emperor of the world was the purpose of his life. After this, we see that Commodus killed his father by strangling him. Now the biggest thorn in his path was Maximus. In the morning, when everyone came to know about the death of the king, it was said that he died of a heart attack. When Maximus saw the face of the king, he immediately understood that this was not death, but blood. Well, Commodus extended his hand of friendship to him. He said, "I need you, Maximus." But Maximus did not even think it necessary to answer him, and quietly went away from there. When his servant told Maximus that you should have accepted Commodus's words, then Maximus just said that the king has been murdered, and he should immediately call all the ministers. But before that, Commodus's people came there. They told Maximus that he would have to appear in the court immediately. Then Maximus understood what was going to happen to him. He just asked for a promise from those people that nothing would be done to his family. But in response, he was told that no one from your family will survive. After this, he was hit hard on the head, due to which he fell unconscious. He was taken to the middle of the forest and an attempt was made to kill him. But Maximus did not give up even there. He killed them all with his own hands and left for his home in an injured state. His home was very far away and the journey was very difficult, but he had decided that he would reach home at any cost. But when he reached there, he saw that everything was over. Commodus had killed his wife and child. Standing amidst the burning corpses, Maximus was shattered. He buried his family and fainted there. After a while, some people came who captured and sold humans like animals. They captured Maximus too and later sold him. A man named Proximo was a gladiator trainer. He used to train people who fought with swords till death. This was actually a game which continued until one of the two fighters died. Maximus did not want to be a part of this game, but he was helpless. If he did not fight, he would be killed. So he took up the sword. There he met two more gladiators, Juba and Hagen. Both of them soon became his friends. When the three of them went out to fight for the first time, Proximo's men had killed everyone else. Only these three survived: Maximus, Juba, and Hagen. Meanwhile, in Rome, Commodus had become the king, but he had no concern for his subjects. When his advisors would tell him that an epidemic was spreading among the people did not have anything to eat, he would just shrug his shoulders and say that some special games would be organized to divert people's attention. Neither the people nor his own people were happy with this. His father had stopped these bloody games. But for Commodus, people's death was a spectacle, and Maximus had also become a part of this bloody game. By now, Maximus had won many fights. His name was on people's tongues. When Proximo, for whom Maximus fought, heard that the imperial games were going to be held at the Colosseum in Rome, he called Maximus. Now it was time to go back to the city where everything began. Maximus now knew that his next fight was going to be held at the biggest sports arena in Rome. Proximo told him that these games were going to be spectacular, where at least 50,000 people would come to watch him. When he wins, they would applaud him, and he would feel as if he himself was the king of that arena. While saying these things, there was a sparkle in Proximo's eyes, from which Maximus understood that he too was once a gladiator. He asked Proximo how he got freedom, after which Proximo showed him a wooden sword. He told that this sword was given to him by the emperor himself, and this is the symbol of his freedom. People did not like him because he used to kill anyone quickly. Rather, he used to win everyone's heart with his fighting style. Maximus said that he also wants to stand in front of the emperor. Proximo did not know that Maximus already knew the emperor. So he just said that if you want to win the hearts of the people, then you will have to learn this art. Maximus accepted this and said that I will definitely learn. Then the whole gladiator team reached Rome, where the games were to be held in the Colosseum. There was a huge stadium in which more than 50,000 people could sit. On the other hand, Commodus had not lost a single battle since becoming the king, but he was troubled internally because he knew that his subjects did not love him. His sister Lucilla and his son lived with him. Lucilla was afraid of her brother Commodus because Lucilla's son was the heir to the kingdom, and she was afraid that Commodus might get him killed too, just like he had killed their father. Lucilla used to meet those who used to be the advisors of the old king. She was planning that Commodus had to be killed, otherwise he would become a danger for the entire public and her son. But the advisors did not listen to her. They said that even now some part of the public is with Commodus. Till that is the case, nothing can be done. A day will come when everyone will start hating him. That will be the right time to do something. And the day came when the games were to be held in Colosseum. Maximus and his companions stepped into Colosseum. Thousands of people were sitting all around. The people with whom Maximus was to fight were all sitting in big rows, in which bows and arrows and long-pointed spears were attached, so that the gladiators could not even reach them. This was a one-sided game of death, and in this game Maximus and his companions were just slaves. Commodus, Lucilla, and her son were also watching this match, but they could not recognize Maximus because he was wearing an iron mask. When the fight started, Maximus took the leadership. He told everyone what to do and how to do it. He knocked down many chariots and killed many enemies. Some of his companions also died in this fight, but in the end Maximus won. People in the entire stadium were cheering him. Commodus was also very impressed by his bravery. He said that he wanted to meet this brave man. When he came in front of him, he told Maximus that you are an amazing warrior. He had never seen such a swordsman. He asked Maximus to remove his mask and tell his name. Maximus removed his mask and said that my name is Maximus, a loyalist of the real emperor Marcus and Elias. He told that my wife was burnt alive, my son was killed, and now I have come to take revenge, be it in this life or the next life. On hearing all this, Commodus's face turned red. His swordsmen surrounded Maximus. But the voice of the public echoed, "Let them live, let them live." Commodus was helpless in front of them. He could not kill Maximus at that moment. Because Maximus had won the game, Maximus went back to his place. Lucilla found out that Maximus was still alive. That night she went to meet him. There was a time when she loved Maximus, and somewhere she still loves him. When she went in front of Maximus, Maximus burst out in anger. He said that my family was innocent who were burnt alive. Lucilla said that she does not know anything about this. She said that after her father's death she is just living in fear. People call her father's death a normal death, but she knows the truth that he was killed. Now she was afraid that her son might also be killed. Lucilla wanted Maximus to bring peace to Rome. She said that I once knew a man, a general who was very loyal to my father. He treated him like God. She was talking about Maximus. She also told that Commodus has many enemies in Rome itself. She advised Maximus to meet them, but Maximus said that he is no longer the same. Now he is just a slave. Maybe he will be killed. In tomorrow's fight, Lucilla asked, "What help can I give you?" Maximus said harshly, "Leave me to my fate and never come back to meet me." Lucilla went back disappointed. Meanwhile, when Commodus heard that Maximus was alive, he went mad. He called all those people who had told him that Maximus was dead and killed them immediately. Then Commodus played another trick to kill Maximus. He made his most dangerous and never defeated warrior stand in front of Maximus, and hungry tigers were standing all around. When the fight started, that warrior was overpowering Maximus. Suddenly a tiger was also released on him, but Maximus killed that tiger. Then there was a fierce fight between Maximus and that powerful warrior. Both of them were overpowering each other, but finally Maximus won. When that warrior was lying on the ground in front of Maximus in a badly injured condition, the whole crowd was shouting to kill him. Kill him. Commodus also signaled with his hand to kill him, but Maximus did not kill that warrior. He left him. Seeing this, the entire community echoed in praise of Maximus. They were all taking the same name, Merciful Maximus. There was jealousy in Commodus' eyes. He wanted these people to praise him, not Maximus. When Maximus came out of the arena, he met an old friend of his. Maximus asked him where his army was. He replied that it was in Austria, far away from here. Then Maximus told him to inform his army that he was still alive and wanted to meet them all. After that, Maximus moved ahead quietly. He could not talk to anyone for a long time because now he was just a gladiator, a slave who would have to play the game of death again and again. But now his name was echoing all around the Colossus. People now remembered him not just for his swordsmanship but for his humanity. The people of Rome could not recognize him because Maximus fought for them with his army far away from here. But his army loved him immensely. Thousands of people were ready to sacrifice their lives at his one signal. Even today, there were more than 5,000 people in his army who were loyal to him rather than any king. One day, Maximus met his old friend again. Maximus told him to go and meet Commodus' sister Lucilla and tell her that Maximus is ready to meet the man she wanted him to meet. The man did exactly that. Soon after, Maximus, Lucilla, and some people who were against Commodus got together. All of them decided that they would secretly send Maximus out of Rome. From there, he would go to the camp of his loyal soldiers. From there, he would return with his 5,000 soldiers who had fought with him in many wars, after which he would kill Commodus and hand over Rome back to its rightful hands. Their plan was very clear, but Commodus became suspicious. He started feeling that Lucilla was planning something with someone. He threatened Lucilla that if she did not tell the truth, he would kill her son. Lucilla was forced to tell everything. Now Commodus knew the whole plan. He immediately sent his men to the caves where Maximus was hiding. They kept fighting the enemies while helping Maximus. But in this battle, Proximo and many other loyal people were killed. Maximus barely escaped, and as per the plan, he reached the same place where his old armor and sword were kept. Wearing them, he started looking for his horse, but then he saw that his companion was hanged by Commodus. Maximus understood that he was trapped, and soon Commodus's soldiers surrounded him from all sides. Now Maximus was arrested again. At the same time, Commodus gave an even more dangerous threat to Lucilla. He said that from now on your son will stay with me, and if Lucilla makes any move against him, then he will kill her son. And even if she tries to take any wrong step, then also her son will not be saved. Commodus also told her that you should love me the way I love you. Commodus was so mean that he had evil eyes on his own sister. He wanted an heir to the throne of Rome, that too of royal blood which his sister will give birth to. Wherever one looked in Colossus, people were shouting Maximus' name. But Maximus was now imprisoned. Commodus could not tolerate this. Maximus had all the fame and respect he wanted for himself. So he played one last game. He came to Maximus and told him that your story is great. From a general to a slave, from a slave to a gladiator, and now the last chapter of this story should also be as wonderful. You will face an emperor. Maximus asked him, will you fight with me? To which Commodus replied that I am not afraid of you, understood? Maximus knew that Commodus had lived his whole life in fear, because deep inside he knew that he was not fit to become a king. But then Commodus said that you may be a brave man, but everyone is afraid of death. On this, Maximus said that some great man had told me that even death smiles towards warriors. The death of a real warrior comes laughing. Commodus wanted to know if the man smiled at his own death. To this Maximus replied in a cold tone that you must know that your father had told me this. You killed him, right? After this, Commodus smiled and went to Maximus's chest and stabbed him in the back. Then he told his men to bandage his wound and make him wear armor. Commodus wanted to fight with Maximus in front of everyone and kill him so that his victory would make everyone understand that he is more powerful than the great warrior Maximus. And then that moment came in the middle of the Colosseum. Commodus and Maximus were standing face to face. Commodus' soldiers were surrounding them from all sides. The fight started and Maximus was already injured, but still he fought with all his might. There came a time when Commodus' sword fell from his hands. He asked his soldiers for another sword, but the general stopped everyone. No one gave the king a sword. Everyone understood that now Commodus was alone, a king whom no one liked. Then Maximus also threw his sword and went to fight Commodus with his hands, but Commodus took out a hidden dagger and attacked Maximus. Maximus stopped him and caught his hands and put the same dagger in Commodus's chest, after which Commodus was killed on the spot. Maximus, who was himself injured, fell on the ground. He told the general to fulfill his last wish, release his people. He also said to choose a good king, find a way by which people themselves choose their king. Your previous kings Marcus and Iulius dreamt of the same, a free Rome in which everyone is happy. After that, Maximus fainted. Lucilla immediately came to him. Maximus looked at her and said that your son is safe now. After saying this, Maximus died, and he again met his wife and son in the other world. He had given his life for Rome. He had fulfilled his duty. That is why all the soldiers took him on their shoulders with full respect. And Commodus's dead body kept rotting on the ground. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.